Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment. You can listen to The Mike O'Mara Show at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Let's get started.
The best of O'Mara.
So we have a very select segment of our listenership that is active online in a fan club. So many of you, in fact, most of you will not know that yesterday, after reading a number of comments on the Yaks, I did something I'd been thinking about doing anyway, and I decided it would be fun to post on the fan club that the Yak Shack is canceled. Disgust.
I loved it. I thought it was
disgust.
a great post.
And I do it because I kind of wanted to do it anyway, but I really want to see what people have to say. And it was interesting. It was a mixed bag of people that were doing that. But the Yaks, I think we all knew it was starting to run its course. About, I want to say a month and a half ago, I got a few comments that they were tedious. We get to, it seemed like every other Yak was, and I just, it was, yesterday was the
happened
last straw
yesterday
with that. Just that they
terrible.
It had run its course. They
Not
had been,
terrible.
But
I will say
because,
this.
people call them with kids and it's adorable. People call with a joke. It's funny. The joke. It's just, I don't want to steer it.
It's
And,
kind of like,
Mike,
I can draw a parallel. Do you remember when they debuted Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? And it
No.
was sensational at the beginning. It was everything
You're
that everyone...
comparing the Yak Shack to Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Yeah, because they let it go a little too long. The sparkle rubbed off. And so, you know what? We can put it away. We can table it. We can bring it back for special occasions. But, Mike, what happens if you stop swimming forward? You die. So let's proceed.
He blew it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I blew it
It's
up
not a
yesterday.
we, it was
Did
his
you know
choice.
That? Did you not know that until this moment? Because I know you don't.
No,
you
I commented on your post last night.
Okay, what
I said
did you
that was
say on the
fast.
post? That's Oscar's way of saying I don't care. He's cool with it.
I do care.
That's good.
We went out of our
but
way to set up the infrastructure for that segment.
Well, I'm not canceling phones.
Nobody
I'm not
calls.
eliminating. I'm not eliminating phones.
That's how we
from
got to the
show.
Yak Shack.
Well, no, it's what do you mean nobody calls? People call.
I'm
the
saying
Yak Shack?
they don't call the show live, so we went to a
Well, no, they
pre-recorded
don't call the
situation.
show live because the show has a long tail.
Yes.
What I'm saying is, though, if we were to the structure is there to use the phones at a later date. How we determine it doesn't matter.
Got it.
With the live calls, it's because of the long tail. People do not listen live as much as they listen throughout the week.
Let me ask you this.
So that didn't work because that was logistics, but that's cool too.
What about
I'm
the
fine
poor
with that.
souls that aren't caught up on the show and they've called? Let's say they've called like 2 days
They're
or 3 days
boned.
ago.
Yeah, they are.
They are
Those are lost
summarily
yaks?
boned. I took a lot of time.
Lost yaks.
There wasn't enough time in the day to really edit in post and weed out the yaks. And yesterday and last week was really, I think we had yaks last week. And I said the same thing last week. It's just like, you try to respond to something, but when it's just babbling, rambling, it's hard to do. But there were also lots of really nice, wonderful, interesting calls on the Yak Shack. It just had run its course, and it is, in order to get everybody on, I did have to take most of a show to put them on, and so that kind of hamstrings us a little bit. So that's what it was. And there were funny comments that were made during the and it's fine. I'm fine with that. There are three things I react to. I react to constructive criticism in a way where I kind of take it and I go, oh, that's an interesting point. Or I react to trolls that I either say, F you or, why are you doing that? In the case of Ranique, who I communicated with last night, I react differently to all sorts of different circumstances. This was a confirmation for me. I just, let me do it right now while there's a comment that I can respond to, and let me pop it out there and say, because these type of things, when you pull it off, sometimes people get a little frustrated, a la what Oscar said when they're calling in.
Right.
And they're saying, hey, I called you. Don't want that to happen, so I wanted to go, quick cut.
Yeah.
Easy.
Quick circumcision.
Got to break them up, Mike.
The foreskin of the Yak
Time
Shack
for a
is on the
divorce.
floor.
Oh,
That's
I'm not sure I like that analogy.
Not
but
working
okay.
out.
Whatever.
See you later.
But also, I'm sitting here. You guys know it was hard. It was hard for us to sit there and really come up with anything.
I feel like if and this is Monday morning quarterbacking, so please excuse asking you or telling you what we could or could not do. I feel like if we maybe gave you a little more support or restructured it in a way where it was actually filtered out and cleaned up, and so we'd have a faster pace than us waiting for someone to either be funny or for this to blow up.
Right.
Then that could actually add value.
Well,
to
that's
the
on the
Yaks.
table. I mean, that we can maybe have a maybe number of calls. We have
So
the call
this
of the
could
week.
just
We have
be
the
a
call of the week.
hiatus. It could just be a hiatus.
No, you're wrong about that. It is not a hiatus. Thank you. Thank you, Mr.
Just a
Man.
thought.
It is not a hiatus. What it is but phone calls are, it's just the structure of
right.
that was a lot of people weeding through a bunch of calls and trying to, I ended up cutting, like I'd edit 10 and 10 wouldn't get on the air.
Right.
Well,
Because I get to the end where I really want to hit the finish line.
And maybe there's a scenario here where we have an industrious team member that could make sure like your boy from Kenny Bunk gets on, but not the drone on, bad call, bad signal situation once a month. Possibly?
As you know, Oscar,
Yes.
it does fall into a category.
Yeah,
where
yeah.
It was what it was.
Yeah. Quality.
The effort put into those yaks was the same effort that is put into a lot of this show.
Yes,
and
yes.
so it was something that I felt had to go.
There was a
And,
structure, though. I will say that
There was
the
a structure.
element of
It was a
surprise.
very basic structure.
The element of
yes.
surprise needs to be kept in place.
Forefront, at the forefront, yeah.
Because if we hear it and then we play it, then that's where we're like, how do we already know what's coming? So when
There
it was
Genuine
are-
reaction, yeah.
I am always, and it's really, and I'm not trying to, I don't do this because too many radio guys do this, but I really am committed to putting my mind on this show to freshen it. And so
Are you
I'm not-
taking ideas? Maybe I could submit one now.
No,
just while we
no,
talk.
no. To be honest with you, I'm not.
Okay,
and,
okay.
and let me be clear about
Okay.
that. This is not a response to the comments that were made. Comments play a part. I will look at it and I will hear if I hear continuing issues. But the issue really is me hearing it, what's going out on the radio, what's making it sound good, what's making it funny. There is the battle that one faces, and it can go for a very, very long time.
Yes.
The nature of this program, where we talk about different things every day that relate to us, is constant. That will never change, and that's great because we're able to do that. And the only thing that would happen is if nothing ever happened.
Okay.
And and so that's it. But as far as structure, I'll give you an example of the Rob nostalgia thing. That's something he loves to do, and that's something
But
we
that's
just started
burning
doing.
bright, right?
And
That's going to
that's-
burn out like in 2 weeks, I think. No?
As soon as they tire of it, it's gone. Gone.
No, I will compliment him, and right now
Yes.
that's doing really well.
Okay.
If this was Rob's show, the Yak Shack would be on for 43
Yeah, we
years.
wouldn't run it. What if we just run it in sweeps?
Right,
And I've sent you.
right.
I know you don't want ideas, but I've sent
February,
an idea
May,
via
and
text.
November?
Via text,
Right.
yes. So via text to the team here. What about this?
Right. Great idea, the Whack Shack. That's a wonderful
Well, because
idea.
the calls are whack.
We may have done that in the 80s, to be honest with you. That might have been.
Oh, so you're
There
not
was
referring to my
something-
name?
I was still learning English.
I
it was a
remember.
website.
As you are now.
The what?
I thought it was a website you were talking about.
I am going to, on this show,
Right.
at some point, I'm going to smash this iPhone app.
Oh no!
No.
Don't
Which
do
doesn't
it.
even allow. Okay, now it wants the Face ID, and I press the
Face?
and then it says Face ID. Then it kicks to the number board,
Right.
And then it says Send with effect.
Oh,
So I'm literally
I love
trying to open.
effects.
There's
I'm trying
this
to open
new,
up a text.
there's a couple things in the new update that bother me. Is it's too easy for a text to bring up send with effect, and I don't want to do that. And the other thing,
it sucks.
and also, have you noticed this? Siri has an attitude now. Siri's got
Yes.
more of an attitude.
Sassy?
Siri will interrupt
Siri?
what you're doing and want to say,
I'll
"What
say
can I
some-
help you with?"
Yeah, or I'll
what
say
can I
something
help
like,
you with?
I'll,
Yeah, what
I'll
are they
say something
doing to us?
as simple as like, Siri, call Sharon at home. That's my mom. And,
Sharon.
And Siri used to just do it. Now Siri says, on it. Wait a
Is
sec.
this?
I like
by the
I like
way,
that.
is
I hate
this
it.
the
Keep it
lack of
posted.
Steve Jobs? Is that really that company has not been the same since he died?
I agree.
That company has not been the same with they seem to be toiling away to toil away. They seem to be creating things to create things where
What
I
they're
believe a
creating is
longer
they're
tail.
creating annoyance. I don't
It's
need
annoying.
Siri to tell me I'm working on
New
it.
AirPods
Just
look kind of
do it.
cool. Look
The
pretty cool.
AirPods, I'm all with the.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
AirPods rock. I use AirPods when I'm riding my bike. I love the AirPods, but I will say this: that I don't need you to volunteer stuff if I want it, I want the convenience of it, but
Right.
don't force it on me. A lot of that on their software updates. They force it. But getting back to our show,
Yes.
I love the idea of working with creative people that bring different things. And it's not wholesale changes,
Tony,
but
get outta
I'm
here.
always looking for new ways. There's a staleness that we fight because we've been together a long time,
Right.
and we got to keep it fresh. That is me. You are looking at the buck stopping right here. I've got to do that, and I think that when new stuff comes down the pike,
Yeah.
I hope that you two would understand, and anybody, Maddie or Pony or anybody, would understand that any idea, where somebody says, "Would you be interested in doing something like that?" We jump at it.
Yes.
We love that. That's the atmosphere I would certainly like to create here.
I love it.
And
this
do
is
that.
perfect.
So,
This is
So
perfect.
that's it.
All right.
So when I look at that though, but I mean, really, I don't want to slam the callers because we appreciate everybody
Yeah.
that participated. It just was hard to confine it to a small period of time, and that's what did it in.
Yeah.
Because I had to go to get everybody on.
You had to go big.
I always felt like if I didn't put a call on, I was somehow personally offending somebody.
Oh,
that was
that's
feel
a
that.
human side of you.
yeah.
There you go.
And yesterday, and by the way, I know that one of our henchmen out there in Fanland, a man that laid low for a while, now he's come back. Glad to have him back. Stephen, the vast majority of calls I played in their entirety. I didn't chop. Rob would tell you that.
He's
I
right.
didn't chop a lot of calls. That just towards the end when people would be going,
And also, when you and a lot of times, I think there was maybe 3 or 4, maybe 3, where you just said, "I can't do 3 more minutes of this," because some of the calls are 4 minutes long.
yeah, they
If you
were
think
two,
of
and-
the-
2 minutes
Yeah.
long.
If you think of the
Roughly 2
length of
minutes.
our show and the percentage of a 2-minute phone call, that's too much.
You know how people have spatial awareness? Some people don't have time awareness.
Yeah.
When you talk about calls on radio programs, you're talking about usually topic-driven
Yep.
Yes.
content,
Yeah.
where you set a table and say, "Here's what I want you to talk about."
Chargers,
here.
Raiders,
We've never done that, and by the way, the live nature of a radio show is conducive to that on any subject.
Yeah.
But even with radio, you're usually dealing with calls that are specific in topic.
Well, they're
Right.
screened also.
That's true.
They're screened, yeah.
Yeah.
And
They're
oftentimes
screened.
one call will spur another call because
Yeah.
they're sort of organic
Yes.
that way. The Yak Shack by definition can't do that.
Fast.
Right.
I think
so-
that you're right, Mike. We got to spice it up. Let's
soon
build
to
something
come,
better.
I'll be putting, because I love having interaction, and I like getting. By the way, the mailbag, which is a brief segment every week, I still love that. I love because I think that gives people a lot of satisfaction. That's for you getting your request, your birthday, whatever on. And that is not, that's a throwaway, and I'm very happy with that. So that's going to stick around. But with the Yaks, it's we'll come up with something. Bear with us.
This is fun. We're problem solving. What about a
We will do that.
What about a debate style show featuring David Smolar and Ronick, and we'll put them side by side.
Hey, Mike,
Yeah.
that's a great idea, but I can't be in that day. I'm
I
busy.
could hear. You know what?
Smolar's got some talent. So does Ronick.
I
for
will.
that.
Well, he's said some very nice things to me, and I thank him. He was very kind and sent me a message, and I thought that was very nice. We got some very active people in our listening audience that and I appreciate the solid. I really do. It's very, very nice to get that kind of feedback, and we keep doing what we're doing because of you guys. And I don't make decisions solely based on someone coming to me and saying do this or don't do this, but I certainly weigh in what everybody has to say. The guys here, the feedback from the people that listen to the show, all of it is taken into account, and I'm actually going on more about it than I should.
Oh, I love
just
this.
something
This is
that,
a peek into the window of your creative soul.
Well, even after all these years, I love a new idea.
Yeah.
There's nothing like
Yeah.
a great new idea.
Maddie, what do you got?
to give?
Hello?
Maddie's Fatties.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
A
See?
weekly
I
spotlight
saved.
on Rob, what do you have?
I would think a thing would be great is people send us their number and we call them.
Thank you very much. See?
Oh, that's good.
Immediately
Look
a
at
great
that.
idea.
Right?
And he didn't even,
yes.
I totally
Yes.
put him on
but
the
they
spot.
have to send it by mail.
Right.
So
No,
we
no,
have to have-
Telegram. Fax us your phone
No,
number.
it's got to be a postcard where you're from, and we call you.
And also
You know.
send along an SASE so we can return the postcard.
Please.
Thank you. There, land long ago, far, far away, radio personalities used to be able to call people and before we got in trouble for it and fake call.
Oh, yeah,
And then you had Steve Harvey come in with his radio show and he faked the fake call.
Right.
And that was, by the way, anybody said, "Oh, have you ever heard Steve Harvey do it?" Well, it was fake.
Yeah.
Oh, and the other
it's
idea,
still
Mike,
fair.
I have, this is, I don't know if anyone's ever tried this before. I call it War of the Roses.
Oh, yeah. Very, very fun. Very, very fun.
Where we
Good
pit
times.
Pony
We
against
act.
Maddie.
Good times had
After
by all.
the
You
show,
know what
and then we play it a day later.
Yeah. You know what a really good time is? A really good time is dealing with a medical office and figuring you had 10 minutes to get to this. Down here, things are much closer. And I just wanted to give my tiny little 2 cents on the fact that they are all here.
Everybody?
They have gotten older.
By a
They
year,
have
I
got-
imagine.
Yeah, I have scheduled visits to different people. Yesterday, I went to my gastroenterologist as more of a meet and greet because, as you know, if you followed the show for a long
How
time,
does he greet you?
he's with one finger in the air, and super wonderful, great guy.
Yes.
Smart. Loved every minute of it. Was very happy with the staff at the front desk. Very nice dealing with people that are, very, very old. And I there's nothing I like better than to see a person at the front desk with kindness. And as I'm leaving, I took the time to lean over and I said, "Listen, I don't know if this will do you any good, but I have observed what you do here, and I know it can't be easy all the time, and I just want to tell you, your kindness is not unnoticed by me. You're very nice to these people that are having a rough day, and I know that can't always be easy. Keep up the good work." And she got this wide-eyed expression, like, I don't know, and she just kind of surprised.
Yeah, sure. She's not used to it.
Thank you.
The
Thank
celebrity
you very, very much.
she most resembles.
Oh, boy. Joy Behar.
Oh, look at that.
Nice.
Joy Behar would be the closest.
Present day Behar
celebrity.
or a younger Behar?
Younger Behar.
Yeah,
That's
how
nice.
You weren't
The younger
going to
Behar.
do it to an older Behar.
But-
I'll tell you that
No,
much.
she was
That's
like
the nice
stand-up
part.
comedy Behar, yeah.
That's the nice part.
And you
The
bring up
other
such
part-
a good point because, especially if you go to a gastro guy, and I've done it enough, you
Yes.
don't see people there that are in a good mood. No one's showing up for a checkup.
No, they're people dealing with much horrible,
They're in
horrible
pain.
stuff,
Pain,
and it's
pain,
not
yeah.
fun.
Ate too many
But when you
peanuts,
get a
pain.
guy, this was me because it's down here, takes a long time to see the specialist, and this was more of a shake hands, meet the guy. In case there's ever a problem, I'll know the guy, and he could not have been.
So this
just
is
a
your-
cool physician.
this is
Just
your
a
first
cool
visit.
guy, smart.
How
really.
old do you think Dr. Van Helsing is?
Dr. Van Helsing? In human years or vampire years? It's funny because I went in there and he was standing in the corner going, "The power of Christ compels me. The power of Christ compels me." No, he was super nice.
I seldom need more than this.
I am trying every day down here in West South Florida to take my negative energy, which is huge, when I'm in traffic and I'm dealing with people that it's right out of Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I'm not kidding you. I'm talking steering wheel over the head stuff.
Yeah.
Where people are in a Lincoln XC death,
Right.
and they're driving along, and so I'm that's me all the way. Where I'm going, this is a 7 mile drive that should take maximum 15 to 20 minutes,
If
and
that.
I am just going on and on and on. So when I get there, and then and there's a person in the corner that just can't stop with the and I like that. And then I'm watching this lady, and I said, I'm here for half an hour.
Right.
This lady deals with this every single day.
All
and
day.
I'm talking about their phones. 2 ladies
Yeah.
behind the counter. One lady she's also nice, but she's not dealing with the customers in the doctor's office.
Oh, she's like
and the phone
is
is
she
going,
like the handler?
she's kind of the computer lady, phone lady.
Okay,
And,
all
it's
right.
and that phone is going.
Yeah.
They're all here, and we're all getting closer to death, and we're all going to see doctors.
Yep.
And so when I get a ray of sunshine, I feel it's important.
Yeah.
But I'm doing that almost to psych myself out of the malaise that
Sure.
I am in when because I just don't go. I don't have to go to the doctor as much as I used to. Thank God.
Right.
And it's really frustrating down here when you see the parade. So I try the more angry I get on the drive in there, the more nice I try to be when I get there. I try to do it, but it's so fragile because if it goes south, which will be another story I will tell you about, It can flip instantaneously.
Sure.
It can flip instantly. But I would tell everybody out there, because we have a lot of listeners that are in my demographic, because they've listened to me for a long time. If you see something really cool that somebody's just doing their job and doing it with a smile and doing it nicely, it's really, I think it does mean something.
And they're
to them
attractive.
That's huge.
Yeah.
when
That's
you
huge.
pass that along.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I try to do that.
Yeah, I
And
absolutely
then,
agree.
So that in Animal House is the angel on my shoulder, and then later on in the afternoon, the devil on my shoulder, which I'll
dear.
tell you later on during the it was medical day yesterday, so it was.
stack 'em.
That's a great day.
Yeah. If you want to know, you would think during flu season that the act of going to a drugstore and getting a flu shot would be something that's very easy.
Sure.
And I am here to tell you that I believe that I found the inspiration for the movie Misery at the drugstore yesterday. Yes. It's
Have
okay.
you guys gotten your flu? I know you clearly did, Mike, but if you went.
Yeah.
Have you?
Actually, today is my day.
Yeah. I'm thinking about going, Mike. I don't know.
Well,
I don't do
I
it like
don't know how
I
it
used
is.
to, because when you do it at Target, they don't like it if you scream your head off like I used to on the show.
You know, if you watch Bill Maher, you hear 27% efficacy. So,
Well, you know what?
You're taking an insurance policy with 27%. So
everyone should
but
get the
if you
flu shot.
if you
though.
don't
It'll
ta-
shorten the life of the flu regardless.
If you don't get
Right.
the flu, I mean, that's great, but wouldn't you want a 27% better chance of anything?
yes, I think so. Absolutely.
Today-
That's fine. I'm with that.
CVS, here I come.
Well, down here last year, this is what got me there, and this is where the news tries to scare you. They came on and they said, last year in Southwest Florida, 14 cases were reported. This year, last week alone, 147 cases of the flu. Oh, my God.
Scary.
So I was in the car yesterday, and if you want to know what the experience was like, I recommend you watch the movie Misery. I'll have all the details when we come up on the Mike O'Mara Show.
Hey y'all, I'm Luke Bryan.
Hi, America. This is Luke Bryan, and I won't be satisfied till I get every one of your redneck dollars in my wallet.
I'm here with Katy Perry, Lionel Richie, and he wears real tiny little jackets.
This is gonna work, right? I mean, this is gonna be good.
I
right?
make my own beer. It tastes like.
Take it from country music doofus Luke Bryan.
Hi, this is Luke Bryan.
And I never shave my neck.
From shiny new licorice hats to red Solo cups,
I've got goose flesh.
the Mike O'Mara Shopping Center has got you covered for all your hillbilly shopping needs.
Golly.
Just click the Shopping Center banner at MikeO'MaraShow.com. Ain't that right, Luke?
That dang old internet, man. Click, 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 click. It's real easy, man.
The best of O'Mara.
Now, did you at any point from when you woke up on Thanksgiving morning to when you went to bed last night, were you away from the television?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I think you're watching way too much television.
I'm watching less than I used to. However, one habit for me is really hard to break, and that is the double shot of the parade and the dog show. I loved both those programs because there's always stuff.
Really? Now, the dog show I will give you.
Okay.
Anybody who loves dogs.
Yes.
It's fun. You love the parade.
Yes, I do.
How can anyone possibly love that?
Because when I was little, it was the parade. But then as you get older, you start to make fun of it, and you sit down with a cup of coffee and a bagel.
All right, so you're poking fun at it, and
Yes.
you're posting about it.
And that's
by
what-
the way,
that
it was
I
just
did
one of those
enjoy.
weekends I could not avoid your posts.
I'm sorry.
About Al Roker and all the.
Did you hear
all
about him and the
fun.
butter?
No, I did not.
He was actually, there was a guy dressed as a stick of butter that NBC tried to manufacture into a thing. Because not only did he have one run into it with him, but when he got on his stupid Roker cycle, the butter guy was chasing him. And they actually had Roker on the Friday Today show to talk about what they were calling Buttergate, because it was just such an awkward situation with him and the butter. It was a classic NBC sort of, let me play you.
So would the laugh be like this? Would the laugh after that be?
Yeah, and
Would that be the
because
kind
it's
of
a
laugh
slow,
that
it's a slow news day. It might have been like trending. Let me play you Al versus the butter if I can. Okay, here we go. Oh wait, this is not that. It's 23
Here it goes,
days.
folks. He just fooled us.
I was waiting for
Here
it.
he comes. 23 days.
23. Only got
He's not
23
going to
more.
miss the early part of it like he did last year.
Anxiety.
Hi there. Times
Hi
are
there.
fleeting. Better get busy.
There you go.
Times of Fleet. No, actually, here is Al versus the butter. Really.
Hey, I hate to butter you up, but you got to move on. Okay, there you go.
he is so inept at whatever
but he's
he
also,
does.
for an old man, he's running around pretty good out there. Right?
Well, yeah,
He's
but I mean, but
working
he says,
hard with his perfectly
says-
color coordinated outfit.
get out of here, butter. That's
Yeah.
nothing.
What about
No,
the
that's
win-
nothing.
What about the wins in the actual balloons?
They lost. They lost the Ronald McDonald balloon due to a tear.
And didn't they lose a Nutcracker?
I believe
figurine?
another one tore, yeah. But they had the stock footage and they got they had the actual Ronald McDonald, and it said pre-recorded from a previous parade. And they had the Ronald McDonald, and then they had live Ronald McDonald in like a car that looked like a shoe to do the McDonald's tie-in because all that stuff is paid for. Yeah, but
Were you impressed by any of the balloons?
no, not at all.
You didn't see? Did you see the figure from Nutcracker like take out 4 people?
No, I did not see that.
Oh, it was spectacular. They lost control
No
of it,
way.
and it just swings across, and you see it. It took people off their feet. It was fantastic. Looked like a DB was hitting a wide receiver. It was incredible.
Hoda, at any time,
Fun.
was Hoda in any danger?
I don't think anybody. I think it was the handlers that that hold on to those ropes.
Yes,
that
yeah.
make the balloon. And
They had to keep
Nutcracker-
him real low. Had to keep him real low this year.
The Nutcracker soldier was supposed to be upright.
Well, he's
and
what
and
we
he was
call
like
a vertical balloon.
a vertical balloon, and he was in a horizontal position, and then he started swaying back and forth, and they took out like 3 people on the left hand.
I'm sorry I missed that because
But see, I like marching bands, and I know you like marching.
marching bands they always bring it, and I also like. There's very seldom a chance where you get live television anymore where something could go horribly wrong, and that's what you're always hoping for. Yeah.
What were the stomp? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Am I wrong to think that one of you has actually gone up and seen the parade live?
I've never
never
seen a
have.
parade.
No, right?
But you
Never
like
have.
parades. You've participated in
I
parades.
love parades.
Yes.
I love being at a parade. I cannot stand watching them on television because of the patter. It's not. There is no need for anything. All you have to do is say, "Here's the Finna marching band." That's it. But instead, they go, "This was put together by the people." Now, it's really important to remember that this time of year, blah blah. The pre-done lame-ass script that I can't stand. I can't stand watching it. I did enjoy one moment of the parade. I looked in, and they had some fat man stomping group.
Oh yeah, they were great. Now there was. Speaking of which, I did get a message on my a post on my Facebook wall from Harvey Firestein over the weekend.
Make sure you check out the Village Stompers.
I did. I wrote because towards the end of the parade with all the yelling, I said, "Someone
Might
check
not
on
be a gay
Hoda."
group. Might not be a gay group, and it certainly doesn't matter if it is.
No, not at all.
I just found it more interesting if it was.
I said, "Someone get Hoda a lozenge. She's entering Harvey Firestein territory." And then
that's great.
the next
Good time
day,
for Hoda. She's getting engaged. All that
yes,
stuff.
and on a bad day for Savannah, she had a detached retina because her kid threw a train at her.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
Yeah,
Not a moment's and by the way,
Whoa.
not a moment's hesitation from Savannah Guthrie throwing her kid under the bus, throwing her 2-year-old under that Savannah bus. Bingo!
What is
That's
that?
how she
Is that
plays it.
surgery?
She said it. They said
she have an
she
eye
lost
patch
sight
on?
in the eye. She had a scratch on her retina. It could have been detached. She made more of it than it was, and she was blaming her 2-year-old, which probably will be a permanent bad relationship they'll have.
Oh no,
through their
that
entire
child's
life.
going to be great. That's going to be a good kid. Savannah's boy.
I bet that child will miss a lot of flights.
Harvey Firestein, when I wrote that I compared his voice to Hoda's voice, he said,
Some people are proud of our growls.
so
He really did respond.
he really
to
did
you?
respond on my Facebook page. I thought it was kind of funny.
That's
Really?
awesome. That's
Yeah.
pretty awesome.
And I said, no
Really?
offense intended. Happy holidays, sir.
Really? That must have been. Was that the high point of your weekend?
That was pretty good. Yeah.
You
That's pretty good that Harvey Firestein
you
responded
connected
to
with
you.
celebrity.
I did. It was fantastic. I should have asked him about the Stompers.
How did he find you? How did he find?
You
Does he
tagged him, right?
follow
I
you?
tagged him.
He tagged him.
We're Facebook friends for some reason. Not sure why. I think I sent him a request and he accepted. So I'm friends with Harvey Firestein. Yeah. So I tagged him in the. I didn't think he'd see it.
Okay. Rest of the weekend. Okay.
Yeah, there was one funny moment with Robert. I told him, I said, by the time I was your age, I was at least assisting with the preparation of the turkey. It's time you need to learn what goes on in the making of a turkey because I don't want to be doing this in 10 years. I want you to be doing this.
Oh, that's really nice. of
And
you.
so he got up and we walked through it, and I showed him how to stuff it and everything. But he brought up a really Valid question that never occurred to me that has been with me all week. I said, well, when you open the turkey, in the front cavity is the giblets and the liver and the heart and all that. So you got to take out that little plastic bag. And then in the rear cavity is the neck, and you got to pull the neck out. Mm-hmm. And I was kind of fighting with it because it was still, it's jammed in there pretty
frozen.
good. Yeah. Pulled it out. And he said, Dad, I said, yeah. He says, is that the actual turkey's neck or is it just a random neck they put in there? And I got to thinking, I don't know.
Interesting question.
Or is there like a big barrel of necks at Butterball that they just say, all right, put a neck in here, put giblets in here, and send it on its way?
Why do you have to put a neck in at all?
Well, because some people
you
for
make
soup.
the gravy. I made my gravy with giblets and the neck. So you boil the innards and the turkey neck, and then you chop some of the stuff into your gravy, which I did when I made the fantastic.
You should send the
gravy.
neck out to 23andMe.
Have it.
Problem solved. There we go.
But it's a good question. I want to know, is that the actual neck to my turkey? I didn't know.
Well, he's thinking.
He is thinking.
He's thinking. I like that.
And then back up to his room for a nap.
There you go. I wish you never a missed flight.
Oh, and he.
Throughout history, great men and women have had a little extra personality, extra spunk,
I hate spunk,
and even extra hilarity. They've even had, let's just say, a little more to love. Thanks to those that have given us pleasure.
Cookies, pies, pizza, hamburgers, hot dogs, milkshakes, chocolate, chicken, tacos, taffy,
There's a place for us. That's why there's a TMOS Ladies and Gentlemen of Larger Carriage fan page. Follow us on Facebook today. And Gary Stein, if you're listening, we'd buy a t-shirt, but you don't have any in our size.
The best of O'Mara.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, because you wrote us and we want to read it for you, because you sent them in to us, it's the mailbag. Not about us, about... Yeah.
Go Skins!
Go Skins! Yeah! Hey, Jackass, do we have any gifts today?
Amazingly, we do. Would you like yours first, or may I have mine first?
You can have yours first.
All right. Mine came with a card.
Okay, very exciting.
And it says on the cover, it says, I can't even.
Oh.
And I open it, and it says, thank you enough. I can't even thank you enough. You're amazing. Dear Rob and the gang. It says, I can't even. Thank you enough.
Oh,
You're
that's
amazing.
wonderful.
Dear Rob and the gang, thanks for a wonderful weekend of shows in Las Vegas. And I know we all spoke to her. Shannon Ladodge had just a great time out in Las Vegas.
So sweet.
And she sent me a classic, a Hot Wheels yellow submarine for my Beatles
wow.
shelf. Because I need more things.
More things.
But
That's
this is
wonderful.
I don't have this, and I love it.
Shannon
Thank you,
LaDodge,
sweet.
very nice lady. I love her sister too, Shannon LaChrysler.
Tell him Groucho sent you.
Thank you.
And for you, Mike, I think you're going to like this.
All
I'm
right.
going to read the letter before I present it to you. It says, hi, guys. My son and I started collecting CEC, which I later found out to be Chuck E. Cheese, CEC points years ago. I think he was saving for an iPod Shuffle or something. Here's the college. He's in college now. I really hope these will help. For Have Fun, Little Michael, from Chris Rowett Peter.
Are you? Do
Catonsville,
you need a new prescription on your glasses?
No,
or
the
something
hand
like
the
that
handwriting
today?
ain't great. I apologize.
Oh, okay, all right.
It's handwritten.
Yeah, he's in college now. I really hope to share these with you. Have Fun, Little Michael, Chris Rowett Peter of Catonsville, Maryland. It's a bag of tokens and tickets
Satchels.
for Chuck E. Cheese.
Satchels worth.
And it's huge.
That's
like a bank vault.
Magnificent.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let me get that.
So I've got a good pile of stuff that I'll be mailing out to you this weekend.
This is heavy.
Yeah, there's
That's
coins. Jingle the coins. Jingle the
Wow, and they work?
Yes.
Of course.
They work.
Wow, that's so exciting. Thank you,
love
sir.
it.
I
It's
appreciate
fantastic.
that.
I think
Michael,
it's a
well,
lady.
thank you.
It's a lady.
What about
it's
me?
a
What
lady.
about
Thank
me?
you, lady.
Nothing for you. You had the joy of talking to your mother.
First letter says, hi, Rob. My 16-year-old son is getting into vinyl, and my wife and I would like to surprise him with a record player for Christmas. I remember you and Mike discussing them on the show. I believe you mentioned a Techniques model. May I ask for your recommendation of a decent entry-level player for my son, please? Thank you. Jeff Tuttle. Answer. Do you want me to give the answer?
I just want to say, don't go and buy the Techniques 1200 because it's been out of production for years and they cost about $4,000 now. Probably not a great entry-level model, but Audio-Technica makes a great knockoff. That is the AT LP 120BK. And it's available through Walmart at the Mike O'Mara Show website. And also get up a pair of powered speakers. You don't need a receiver, just a nice pair of powered speakers. He'll be set. And this turntable...
It'll teach him how to use a turntable.
And, it's a great
available
one.
through Walmart at TMOS.com and powered speakers.
And if you ever, you step up to better speakers and a better amp, this is a good turntable for it. It's a good one.
Next letter says, "Hi, guys. I'm listening to the show from August 7th, 2019. Well, that's timely. At the 40:15 mark of the show, Oscar said he had a dream that he won big money on the slots when you went to Vegas. Pretty cool, huh? That said, could you ask him to dream about a BJ for me?" Ew. Not from him, but he can choose the girl. He has good taste. Happy turkey feasting. Pat Lehman.
Because Oscar had the Shining. He dreamt about the big hit, and he got the big hit.
I get the whole story.
I'm going to sidebar that note. Maybe that shouldn't have made it past the censors.
He's not phased by
Mike,
it.
Someone won big the weekend we were there. Someone hit the Wheel of Fortune jackpot while we were
the Mega
progressive.
Millions?
The progressive.
Really?
If that was the machine I was on that I left, and I'm still searching on the interweb which casino that was at, I'm going to blow my brains out.
You know what? Your odds are minuscule that was the case. Even in Vegas, they're all... that's one of those jackpots that are all tied together, I think.
Yeah. You only win if you play Buffalo.
All I found was that the winner decided
I do too.
wanted to stay anonymous. And I didn't know you could do that in Vegas if you won a jackpot.
Oh, I would. Absolutely.
Don't tell anyone who I am.
I won Friday night. If I won Friday night, dude walked me in, Mike O'Mara.
Crickets.
Where is he?
The winner won $2 million+ in the progressive.
Oh!
Wow.
Crazy, right?
Dear Maddie, Pony, Oscar, Rob, and the Menace. People like that. It's true. I don't know where I gave myself that name. I thought you would like to know some info about the Freedom Beat Bar in Vegas. That's the place at the downtown.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Friday night after the first TMOS live show, bartender Eric said the TMOS crowd was in third place for all-time tips on the late shift since he arrived there 3 years ago. The two in front of us, in second place, Cinco de Mayo. In first place, the night 3 strippers were on the bar. The strippers tipped $250 themselves. Way to go, TMOS crew.
I love it.
That's awesome.
But guess who is now the number one? Guess who is now the number one tipping night, or what is now the number one?
What
tipping
is it?
night? That's right, TMOS Live Saturday Night 2019.
Wow.
Well done, TMOS Nation. And wherever the TMOS convention lands in 2020, can we get a 24-hour bar? Please, party on. Dirk Vastrick, Spokane, Washington.
Good man.
Wow.
Good man.
Dirk's like a big ringleader for that group, too. That's awesome.
I think that was actually where he had a hotel room. They gave him a key to the bar.
Yeah. Well, we're working on it. Oscar and I are working on
Yes,
it. And
yes.
we have no timetable just yet. But we will make the announcement when we
Early in the
hone
new
it
year,
down.
Mike. Early in the new
year. Very exciting. Hi, guys and gals. Tim from Laurel. I am pleased to report that I am still married, thanks to FabFitFun. The latest box just got here, and my wife was happy again. Again, she was tearing into the box even before she made it from the front door to the living room. I love you. Aloha. Tim, that's great.
I love the structure of that letter.
Look, I'm telling the truth here. I know they advertise on us, but I have to say, the FabFitFun, Carla will say the other day, I'm like, what is this? And I'm looking at a product that's in the shower, and she's like, FabFitFun!
Yeah.
All right. Hi, Mike.
Can I just say, Shannon had a little speaker that looks like a little mushroom.
Oh, it's the shower speaker, right?
Yeah, I didn't know what it was.
That's where Carla got it.
And I said, what is this? This is awesome. And she said, the FabFitFun box. And I said,
you jackass.
Carla's using hers. In the bathroom, Carla's using hers. And
we haven't even talked about this, by the way. This is
well,
all
I
organic.
I walk in the other day and say, hey, by the way, sorry about this. I have to say, hey, Google, turn it off because Carla had something on.
Yeah.
And Carla comes in the bathroom and goes, it's my FabFitFun speaker. You don't know how to turn it off. Hi, Mike, Rob, Oscar, Pony, Maddie, and interns. This Thursday, my son, Chase Novak, turned 17. He was born on Thanksgiving 2002, thus forever marking it as my favorite holiday. Well, who can blame you?
Yeah.
He's a great kid who shows kindness to everyone he meets. That's good, too. Rob, he is active in theater, and Oscar, he loves tech. Mike, he's a huge fan of your impressions. In the past, he's gotten Richard Parker and Salad Fingers to wish him a happy birthday. If he likes those two, I like him. I love the obscure ones. Please wish him a happy birthday in whatever way you see fit. I love seeing all of you in Vegas and spending time with old friends and new. I can't wait for my fruitcake and Cat 2020. Happy Thanksgiving. Loving kisses always, Stephanie Larson. Let me say, Richard Parker, I hope that he has a wonderful Chase Novak, 17 years old, and...
Hello, Chase. Hope you have a fantastic day.
Sorry I didn't have the music. We got to hustle. Guys, I'm attempting my first ever turkey this Thanksgiving. Like a complete moron, I told my girlfriend I'll handle the bird.
Oh, dear.
This is an issue you see as the only cooking I do is on the barbecue. I am in need of your expert help so I do not screw this up. For years, I have listened to your food expertise, except for Oscar on the show, and I can think of no one better to help navigate me through this poultry potluck predicament. Poultry potluck predicament.
Love it.
Paul. Anyway, then Mike and Rob, no pressure, but my relationship and future is in your hands. Yours in Christ, Patrick Erickson. Let me see. Doing the bird. Get one with a pop-up timer in it. Get one with a pop-up.
It really can't be easier. Just make sure you put it in a preheated oven of 325. Make sure it's thawed all the way. Put some salt in the cavity.
Some people buy a fresh bird.
And make sure you look for the cast iron uni.
That's right.
And don't get, if you haven't got your bird, you get a fresh one.
Got to get a fresh one.
Thaw it out. Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the way. I'll be buying a fresh one today.
A fresh
It'd be
boiled?
too late if I bought a frozen one.
Yeah,
right?
unless it was tiny.
Yeah, the term I used to hate in my hometown, my mom used to call it Gray Ledge. That was the farm in my hometown.
Ew.
And it was called Fresh Killed.
That's nice.
Fresh Killed. Yeah. That's weird. I don't know why I made that sound.
It's more of a chicken.
Fresh Killed. You're the turkey guy. You're going to make the bird in your house.
Yeah, make sure you
How big a bird?
I bought 20 pounds yesterday.
Ooh.
And also, I couldn't do it. The organics were $3 a pound. I can't spend $60 on a turkey. So I just went with Butterball at 89 cents.
You only have 4 people, though.
No, we'll have 8.
8. Okay, good.
And also soup.
Soup?
Gotta make turkey
very good.
soup, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, soup. My advice, cinnamon. Lots of cinnamon.
Lots of cinnamon. Oh, it's so good.
No, kidding. Hello, Mike. Hello, Mike, Rob, Oscar, Pony, and Maddie. I could use some advice from Maddie. Today, I enjoyed a slice of pizza topped with Gouda, mushrooms, and caramelized onions on it. While I was eating it, I couldn't help but think that these toppings would be great on a burger. My question to Maddie is it socially acceptable to put Gouda on a burger, or would I be committing a cheese faux pas? Being from the backwoods of Maine, I don't get out to fancy eating places very often. So please, and there's a new one for Perkins down here with that dink.
Oh, that ass?
That didn't come on our show.
I hate him.
It's how do you like your steak? Not all fancy.
Oh.
To me. Anyway, so please forgive me if this is a stupid question. All the best. Eric Cook. Maddie, is it okay to put Gouda and mushrooms on his burger?
It's okay to put Gouda on anything your heart desires.
There you go. Fantastic.
Good melting cheese.
The next letter says, hey, guys, you mentioned on a recent show that Rob enjoyed seeing the Clydesdales at Busch Gardens, to which Mike asked you whether or not Rob ever looked at them down low. Well, I'm a resident of Williamsburg and a season pass holder for Busch Gardens. In my opinion, they are growers, not showers. As I've been told, they do this when they have to pee.
Why?
In my experience, they often have to pee when they bring them out in front of the stables to pose for pictures with children. In fact, they recently installed a barrier between the kids and the horses that goes up just high enough to block out any unwanted horse. No clue if it has any impact on picture sales. Jason Kirkpatrick. P.S. Go Skins. Great last letter. That'll sit with my listeners. The funniest people in the whole world. Oh.
Well, the new year is upon us, and it's time to gather the family around the old Neumann and talk about what's really important.
You mean video games? Or Fallout Boy?
No. The real important stuff.
Oh no, he's gonna talk about those stupid fruitcakes again.
Jeez, Dad, don't you know no one cares?
No, I want to talk about the magic of the holidays. Now, did you get everything you wanted for Christmas?
Kinda. Pretty much.
Well, what did we possibly miss?
The TMOS bonus package.
It's the best gift for any TMOS fan, even yourself, because it's the gift that keeps on giving.
For once, Robert is right. 1 year subscription gets you full access to all of the bonus content.
Plus, on-demand video access to every bonus show and access to the entire bonus show anthology.
And you get it with over 25% savings. It truly is a bonus.
Besides, Dad, it's a great way to support the Mike O'Mara Show while getting all that great content.
Just click on the banner marked TMOS bonus packages and be a part of this important opportunity.
Do it now, and God bless us, everyone.
Hey, I wanted to be Tiny Tim.
Dad, you're not a tiny anything.
The Mike O'Mara Bonus Show, because 5 hours a week just ain't enough. Always available at MikeO'MaraShow.com. Bonus. The best of O'Mara.
Okay, we all love, going out. We're Americans. That's what we do. We do that all the time. And I will tell you that I do it down here. And I've always been a fan of local joints, not so much the chains, but we all go to chains. And I think that if you live in a large metropolitan area, you're probably exposed to a lot of them.
Yeah,
and
it's
some
harder,
of them are regional.
It's harder to be a local restaurateur. Mike, you've been down this road before.
Right.
It's economies of scale, how you can compete, if you can compete on the dollars and deals. When you talk about Iguana Mia and how you feel like how can they keep up with the Joneses? They probably have a nice formula where they're going to have a loss leader that allows them, but that's a one item. That's the margaritas that get people in the door.
Get them in the door.
Well, let me share this with you. This is an interesting list. I think it's 35 of them that they list here. The worst restaurant chains in America ranked. Chain restaurants used to be cool and rule the market, but now some chains are barely surviving. Now, I didn't know that until I read this article. And more customers are ditching them. Customers want high-quality food with quick, friendly service. And long-standing chains are failing to meet these needs. Consumer Picks calculated consumer scores for some of America's most popular restaurants. Check out the 30 worst restaurant chains in America, ranked from terrible to the worst. So let's start with this. We're going to go to number 35.
Okay.
I don't know this one, and you guys might not either.
Some of these might be regional, so
they are. Cafe Rio Mexican Grill. Have you ever heard of it?
It's an Italian place.
Cafe Rio.
Okay. We don't know. We'll skip by that one. All right. Let's get right because we have tons of them. Carrabba's Italian Grill.
Of course.
Of course.
All right,
when they broke in the D.C. area, they had a huge TV campaign. And
Isn't Carrabba's classier than the Olive Garden?
I don't know
From a
because
branding
I have
standpoint?
not. I don't think maybe one time years and years and years ago. But they're not bringing in traffic, and they get a score of 48%.
I've been there, I think, twice in my life. It didn't seem like anything was fantastic about it.
I've never been in. Their TV campaign made them look almost like a Disney Italian restaurant. So
yep. Okay.
Didn't appeal.
Let's move on. Next one on the list. I don't know this one either. Coco's Bakery and Restaurant. Anybody know?
I've not
Coco's?
had it.
Oh,
that's number Coco. I love you, Coco. 47% for Coco's. Next one. Here we go. Okay, this is the one that's been around here. All right. We got really excited about. I'm so happy this one made the list this way. It's on the air. The Mellow Mushroom.
Ate the Mellow Mushroom.
Yeah. Each year, more consumers see stories about Mellow Mushrooms closing its doors in their local cities, specializing in Southern-style pizza.
What does that mean?
Exactly. Pizza, calzones, hoagies, and salads. Mellow Mushroom has been enjoyed by many customers. However, the pizza chain is losing its extraordinary touch. Almost 47% of consumers say they'll come back for a hot pie at Mellow Mushroom. What's happening with the rest of the patrons? They criticize the service. Ding, ding, ding. The pizza's high prices and other things. So, Mellow Mushroom. Do you have them up there?
Yeah,
there's
one
in D.C. as well.
One real close to Jimmy's in Herndon. But
by the way, if you disagree with any of these, jump in because
I've only been to the Mellow Mushroom twice in I guess the last 4 years, and
that's every 2 years.
And both of them, both times were like, this is
meh.
This is what sucks about D.C. I expect the service to be terrible anywhere I go.
Okay.
And the mellow mushroom doesn't scream, oh my God, they're going to take care of you left and right. It screams drugs and beer and alcohol.
Yeah.
It screams the opposite.
I mean, the pizza is medium at best. It's fine. I mean, because even bad pizza is okay. But the problem with the mellow mushroom is I think they put too much value on their clever name.
Yeah,
and I don't care for that.
No, I'm not.
No.
I don't hear you unless you're not. All right. Next one, Fleming's Prime Steakhouse. That's a high dollar place. So steakhouses, they say steakhouses have been in boiling hot water lately, including Fleming's Prime Steakhouse. As beef prices went up, prices on the menu did too, leading to unhappy customers. Consequently, Fleming's felt the heat from patrons who gave low ratings to the restaurant. A lot of people want to go out and get a steak at a store.
Fleming's used to be at Tyson's Corner, and it was a pretty good place, but that was 15 years ago.
Yeah, when beef wasn't insane.
Prohibitive.
There it is, number 30, the Olive Garden. There you are. We really need to even discuss. There you go. Number one critique of the food at the Olive Garden: tastes like it's been frozen. That's what.
And also remember that it came out a few years ago that they weren't putting salt in the water when they boiled pasta because it was making their pans wear out. So they were giving you bland pasta so their pots would last longer. Jerks.
Number 29 is the Cheesecake Factory.
Big menu.
I don't
Huge menu.
Has it ever been known for like this fantastic experience? It's just.
I think when they first came around, everyone, you got to check this Cheesecake Factory. That's when they were first like on the scene.
That is
probably.
fair. That is fair. But
50 different styles of cheesecake.
Well, it reminds me of the old joke: is the people sit down and they say the food here is horrible. I know, in such small portions. I think they get by on the fact that there are lots of choices and there are huge portions, massive.
At least 250 items on its regular menu.
Too many.
And
you can't be
massive
great at
plate
everything.
sizes. But guests criticize the food, saying it lacks flavor.
Yeah, it's a little. It's got this like artificial taste to it.
That's the same thing as the Olive Garden.
And it's not really a factory, turns out.
All right, here's the one that I used to go to on a regular basis with Porno Dan, Famous Dave's.
Barbecue place.
I still like Famous Dave's. I'm not
Only
going to lie.
45% of diners say they return. The one down here went out of business. So the chain is currently in some hot water, and Famous Dave locations have been closing across the country. Many guests dislike the unfriendly atmosphere.
I'm biased, but the one here in Northern Virginia.
I know the one
Chantilly?
you're talking about.
Yeah,
it's a good one.
Yeah.
The one they put in Pettibones.
Yes, precisely. when Richie took his business elsewhere.
All right, so you'd say of all that we've discussed so far, you're
I
okay
have a
with.
soft spot for Famous Dave's, and it's not like I
do
go
too.
to a
And
regular-
they also
do too.
They do something that every barbecue joint should do. They do burnt ends. Those little crispy pieces
Really
of beef.
good.
So good.
And Carla won't let me go though. We're not going to that disgusting place again. That's what she says.
my
to me.
God.
Here it is, number 27. I'm all in on this one.
Yeah.
Outback Steakhouse. Kind of related to Carrabba's too. They're the same. company,
Same umbrella, right?
Yeah, you're an Outbacker.
I think for the value, I think for the money they charge, I think it's a pretty good deal. But it's and also, you know what? If your kids want steak, you get a decent steak for a decent price there.
Okay.
It says modern day consumers' tastes are changing, and the chain is struggling to keep up. More diners than ever before prefer convenience, inexpensive food, and healthier options. Outback's signature appetizer, the Bloomin' Onion, was a deep-fried favorite during its heyday. However, customers are now more conscious about the foods they eat. And to make matters worse, instead of trying to make the Bloomin' Onion healthier, Outback has made the signature dish worse with new versions covered with cheese, bacon, meat, and French fries.
That sounds delicious. What they should do, Mike, is take the Bloomin' Onion and boil it. Hey, mate, how about a boiled onion, mate?
Boiled onion. Baltimore boiled onion. Sounds like a dish we could create. Joe's Crab Shack. Now I know they have one in Northern Virginia. I didn't like.
They have them up here.
They're having a tough time.
The shtick was just too. It's too much.
I always thought it was a massage place.
It's funny.
He's rolling today, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, he is.
Massage.
I don't want to say the name. That's Josephine's Crab Shack.
Okay, all right.
Number 25 is the Macaroni Grill. Another one like kind of the Olive Garden, but better. I always thought it was better than the Olive Garden.
I watched. They had Macaroni Grill in Fairfax, and I went there because it was before we had kids when it opened, and Carrie and I would go there
they
quite
had a good
often.
one in Fairfax. I remember
and
that.
we watched it decay. We watched the food get worse.
Remember the big bottles of Chianti?
I love. Well, the
It was
fact
supposed to
that
be a classy Olive Garden, right?
Yeah.
they had two
exactly
gimmicks.
what it
They had
was.
two gimmicks. They'd leave the bottle of Chianti, and then you told them at the end of the day how many glasses you had. I was
Right.
always honest. and their other gimmick was that they had white paper tablecloths, and you could draw on them with crayons.
Oh.
And after you lied about how much Chianti you had, it was fun to draw. I remember one time, I think I was there with my buddy Brad, and I got up from to go to the bathroom. When I came back, he had written the word a-hole, but wrote it out and put an arrow to my chair.
The next one, 24, is Red Robin.
Red Robin.
Yeah.
Red Robin, soft spot in my heart as well.
Good burgers.
There
yeah,
we go.
they have one in Fairfax.
We should be keeping a tally of these.
I also don't know if look. I don't know if they decayed, but I know the basket of fries.
It's still unlimited.
Yeah, but it's become like they've. I guess what has happened is
You
before
like the bottomless fries?
It's
Yes,
just
with the campfire
but
sauce.
you used to just have no problem. They just bring you more fries. Now you got to ask for it.
Yeah.
That's the one thing. Like you feel awkward.
Yeah. Well, let
Good
me
burgers,
see.
though.
Red Robin's locations look like they've been trashed since the company replaced busboys with a new technology system. The change made cleaning tables take longer, which increased the wait time for seating. As a result, many customers have ditched Red Robin for other burger joints. There we go.
Didn't know they had changed.
42% they get too. Smash Burger. Are you familiar with Smash Burger?
There's a Smash Burger, or there was one in Fairfax.
Is it owned by the guy from DC 101?
Hey, Adam Smasher. 42% they get. We'll move by that one.
Okay.
Sizzler. I didn't even know Sizzler still existed.
That used to be a punchline restaurant for you. You would talk
Yeah.
about Sizzler.
That's cute. I think home of the sneeze guard. Sizzler. 41%. Number 21, O'Charlie's. I never understood how this was
Charlie?
That had to come out of a laboratory of people that say, what tests well? Well, Charlie's
the name
friendly.
Charlie's very friendly, and people like Irish names.
Yeah.
Yes. All right.
There's
Very
one in
good.
Fredericksburg, Virginia. That's the
Yeah,
closest.
Yeah, I've taken my daughters to that.
Oh, you've
one. It's-
been?
It's known for its homemade rolls and traditional American food.
Terrific. Where you take meat and you make it hot and then you eat
cheese
it.
fingers, mozzarella sticks.
Right.
Next one is Beef O'Brady's. A lot of those down here. in
Never been to
Southwest
one. I've
Florida.
heard that name so many times
Yeah,
in my
they-
life.
I think
but
I've
never
seen them
been.
come and
Not a
go.
fan.
I think I've seen them come and go, yeah.
The food also gets some criticism. Guests call the food gross and claim the fries appear to be reheated at times.
But other
the
than
burgers
that-
come with old or wilted vegetables, and the chicken
Oh.
has a dry, rubbery texture. Thank you, Beef O'Brady's, everybody. Bob Evans is on the list at number 19. We got to fly through these now. Bob Evans Restaurant.
I've only been
never
there for
been.
breakfast, and it's always been fine. Fine.
It's lovely.
Exactly what it is, yeah.
It's a nice little Saturday.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
There you go.
Sausage gravy.
Logan's Roadhouse. We have one of those. Peanuts on the floor. Logan's Roadhouse.
Logan's is
Not
still, I
doing
think,
well.
still has good marks, but it's not doing well apparently.
Well, 39% according to customers. So it's getting as the list gets longer, the numbers get lower.
There's a common
So the
thread
restaurants
here.
are getting worse as we go.
Oh, we're getting to the worst one.
Oh, okay,
The
good,
worst one
good,
of all
good,
time.
good.
Yeah,
Is this a
these are
PETA
all
this is a
in
PETA
order,
list?
descending order.
Maybe.
There's a lot of anti-meat
Yeah.
propaganda on this
Yeah.
list.
All right. Very
And they were
good.
mad
Moving
about those
along.
wilted vegetables.
Shoney's. Yeah. Do we need to say
We
anything
went to a
about
Shoney's together, Mike, as a team, heading down to Florida.
I remember
Say no more.
Not pleasant. Not pleasant by
when
any
you,
stretch
when
of
you
the
can't
imagination.
find a Denny's, a
Right,
Shoney's will do.
A Shoney's, but it's funny you mentioned that because they might be on the
Oh,
list
no,
too.
no.
Applebee's Grill and Bar.
Hate
or
it.
Applebee's.
Your neighborhood
it's
place.
there you go.
Hate
You
it.
know that.
I
one.
saw
let me
soft
see. BJ's Restaurant and Brew House. Hallelujah. I'm glad. 37%. I never got this place. They went nuts in Northern Virginia. We got a BJ's.
Remember
We
when
got
you
to
went on
go
a
line
rant?
up out the door. Horrible. Yes. Do you
Not
like
associated
BJ's?
with the BJ's, what is it, the big box store.
No,
yeah,
not at all.
associated at all.
No,
But
absolutely
both of them, the BJ stands for the same thing.
not. But you can get that at Josephine's Crab Shack.
That's right.
Free
parking
Perkins.
out back.
Do you have any Perkins up where you are? We have Perkins.
We had
all over
one,
the
but he
place
left
down
to work with Donnie Simpson.
Remember the guy from the Perkins commercial that wouldn't
That's
come on the
right.
show because he was such a
Oh, super dick.
They've got a Perkins big near around West Virginia University, that Pittsburgh area, but not here.
Yeah, well,
You know what? Great
they failed
baked goods, they say.
They failed to stay relevant with today's customers, and they get 37%. Moving right along, number 13, before we get to the top 10, Waffle House. Do you really need to say anything?
They're everywhere.
About that?
They're everywhere.
Waffle House. They're everywhere, and 37% also with Waffle House. Number 12, Chili's, another chain restaurant.
Not a fan of
Baby
Chili's.
back
Not a fan of
ribs.
Chili's. So I had my first
36%.
meeting with Todd Moore at Chili's.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What did he
that's
complain about at that meeting?
No, he said, so you want to learn about apps? And I said,
Yeah. You want to learn about apps? Come
You
on now.
paying
Get
for
the
this meal or me?
baby
When you
back
said that, do you
ribs.
think he was talking about appetizers? It was a long time ago.
Number 11, I remember when this came on the scene, it was super popular. California Pizza Kitchen.
Yes.
Remember that one?
Yes.
Oh, that was a biggie. Moving around, that was 35%. My hometown, we didn't have a McDonald's, but we had a Friendly's, and that has fallen off the cliff. 36%
Oh,
for
I remember
Friendly's.
Yeah,
Friendly's.
Friendly's was
As-
big in Oakton. Right on.
As we move into the bottom 10, ladies and gentlemen, IHOP at number 9. Then we go to On the Border. I'm not familiar
I
with
grew up on the border.
On the Border was good.
I mean, not
for a
literally on the border, but the restaurant on the border.
But it's not. Yeah. So
When I was younger, on Rockville Pike, those of you that remember, it was a go-to staple of like one of the main restaurants you would go to.
Yeah.
I can't speak as of late, but when you were younger, they didn't really ID the way they should ID. So we would go
36%.
there.
And they also you could buy a 6-pack of beer and a bucket of ice.
Yes.
Yes.
The chain earns poor reviews for value and service based on the quality of the food and the poor service. The price isn't worth it. That's what they say.
Okay.
As we wind these down, getting to number 1. Number 7 is Ruby Tuesdays.
I hate Ruby
Have they ever
Tuesdays.
done a thing?
They just closed down the Ruby Tuesdays up here in Wisconsin.
And you know what
Yeah,
they
they-
said? They said goodbye, Ruby Tuesday.
Okay, moving right along. This broke my heart because this is
Oh, no.
the only one on the list that I like
Yeah,
that
but-
is not
yeah.
there. But they're right. Steak and Shake at number 6. Steak and Shake.
On what we stopped at one for the Florida trip
They
there
closed the one down in Fredericksburg. So this is right on par. You're absolutely right.
too.
Yeah. By the way, it's the slowness of Steak and Shake. It's
I
one of
agree.
the slowest change ever.
Takes
And,
forever.
But man, their burger's good. All right, moving right. And number 5, there it is, Rob. Denny's. Denny's at number 5. 34% of people. But you know what? When I had a band at 2 o'clock in the morning,
it's
the
go-to.
Grand Slam.
In
it was,
Manassas?
What do they say,
Or
Mike?
Fairfax?
Find a
we
need.
stopped them all over the place.
Okay.
You know, we would down to Manassas.
when you were
Fredericksburg,
touring.
everywhere. Yeah, when we were touring. It was wonderful. 34%. At, let me see, 34% also. Hooters.
Yeah.
Dying.
Hooters
breed.
is dying.
It's
Hooters is
dying. It's literally
I never thought Hooters
dying.
would die. I never thought it would happen.
Sometimes they close down and sell their equipment to other restaurateurs.
Modern day customers still love chicken wings. They just aren't in love with the food at this American restaurant. Many bad reviews about Hooters include mentions of watered down drinks, cold food, and lame tiny chicken wings. However, there's some good news. Customers compliment the service and atmosphere.
The Hooters in Fairfax reopened.
Oh, did?
Yeah, it did reopen.
Without the
Really?
equipment, though.
They got new equipment.
Because they sold the others
They
to
got
us.
new equipment. Hey! At number 3, TGI Fridays. Do you really need to say anything
No,
about that?
toilet bowl building right there in Tyson's Corner.
Yeah, very good. So
Not
and
not
let me
enough
see.
flair.
Number 2, the one down here closed. Buffalo Wild Wings.
Okay.
Never been. A
I
fan.
thought that was
Never
going to be
been a
number
fan.
1, but I didn't want to read ahead, and I didn't want to ruin the segment.
Yeah.
Right.
This is how abysmal Buffalo Wild Wings is.
B-dubs, as the kids call it.
You know our friends at Postmates, Mike, that you can order anything from any restaurant, you got to pay for the
Absolutely.
delivery?
Sure, they're
Yeah.
great.
So there was a time where there was a love affair with the Desert Heat Buffalo Wings at B-dubs.
That's one of their flavors?
Yeah. So I ordered them on a Sunday morning. And I know it's football Sunday, but I still ordered them. It took 20 minutes for them to cancel the order, to say that nobody was going to pick it up because they had not accepted the order. When you do it through another service that's known for doing it right and you still can't get it right, there's an
you
effing
suck.
problem.
You suck.
That's
And,
the cool.
and
That's
now,
the cool hangout for the high school kids right now, though.
ladies and gentlemen, I give you the worst restaurant chain in America, as voted by the customers, at 31%.
Yes.
The answer is Johnny Rockets. Johnny Rockets. There it is. We got to take a break. My God, what
Johnny
happened? I went through two
Rockets?
breaks with
Hey,
that.
I
Diner restaurant.
can't imagine that would be badly regarded with their ownership.
Wow, isn't that that's terrible? Isn't it? Johnny
Mr.
Rockets?
Snyder owns that.
Yeah.
That's another winner for him. Yay!
He's having a good year.
Fantastic. We will come back with a super short break, ladies and gentlemen, because we are running super late because of all the restaurants. We'll be right back on the Mike O'Mara Show.
Hi, I'm Ina Garten. My favorite podcast, The Mike O'Mara Show, is incredibly funny. But sometimes when I want to listen, my hands are full. Literally. It's not easy to download a podcast with a fistful of roasted eggplant spread covered with a reduced garlic aioli. Or if you're 10 little piggies or cradling a standing rib roast with a crispy Gruyere Yorkshire pudding. That's why when I'm in the Barefoot Contessa kitchens, I rely on Alexa. How easy is that? All I have to say is, hey Alexa, play the Mike O'Mara Show, and the most recent episode plays right away. How easy is that? Even Jeffrey can do it, and I actually really hate him. In fact, we really hate each other. It's like being married to a hobbit. How tragic is that? TMOS and Alexa, they go together like little thin slices of salami and caperberry. Now back to my customer.
The best of O'Mara.
Thank you again, because we were doing all that shtick there. I'm blown away by the generosity of the fan club.
Over the top.
And, she's getting started with the business,
Wonderful.
as so many people reinventing themselves have done. And as somebody who was in the court reporting world for a very, very long time, I can only tell you this, and I really do believe it with all my heart. She just loves this type of stuff. She loves taking care of people,
she's
making
so
people look
perfect
better,
for it.
and she loves it. She is totally into it. I didn't know this when she came to me and said she wanted to get some training to do this for a living.
Tony.
And she loves it.
We
Yes,
have to
go
do
ahead.
everything we can to get secure URLs. I imagine that one is taken. We got to support Carla, is what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
All right.
I appreciate that, and the listeners are into it.
Type
That's
in
great.
askmeaboutmyfacials.com, see who owns that.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking up everything about facials.
No, Bodie!
Oh, sorry.
You jerk!
That's disgusting and
These are
inappropriate.
work machines. We have a team full of females and males. That doesn't work
Right.
these days
Yes.
anymore, right?
Absolutely.
All right.
This
Well,
is Zoo,
she's
the
very
morning
grateful.
Zoo.
Actually, Mike, I went to
appreciate
that website,
yes.
and there's a video.
Okay.
It's a.
Okay. Thank you.
You like that?
Thank you. Thank you. Listen, I'm watching the quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. Is it Baker Mayfield?
Yes, it is.
That the guy?
Yes.
This dude shows up at the stadium with a full beard, comes out with like the Fu Manchu during the game, and then just has a little mustache at the end of the game. Okay. Hey, Browns fans, if your quarterback is focusing on that when he's at the stadium, you have serious issues. But it did get me to think about our boy Rob Spiewak, who wrote yesterday that I have to talk about your beard. I have no idea what's going on. Right now, you're starting to go into like Letterman land.
Yeah, you see, this is what it happened. Like the beard was the beard for a while, and then in 2 days, it got to look like I was on Little House on the Prairie. I looked like Isaiah Edwards, and I just started.
You grow a beard faster than anybody that's not like dark skinned
or the Unabomber.
as far as usually you think of an Italian guy with a big heavy black beard. You grow a beard like nobody's business.
And I've always kept it fairly closely trimmed. I've had facial hair for all of my adult life pretty much. But then I woke
Even
up
infancy.
Exactly. My mom hated it, tickled. So when
there's a new man in town.
But I wake up and I started to check the length of it. And it's really long.
Angry.
It's angry long.
You've got an angry beard.
And so here's the deal. I don't like it so long on the sides. And every morning now I'm having to comb it. Because when I wake up, it's like all over the place. So I get up and I shower and I shampoo it and I comb it out and it looks okay. But I know it's really long. Although I'm not averse to the length down here on the chin. I kind of dig that.
Have you ever thought of, I actually have Beard Balm here. Have you ever used that?
What is that? Something to use to blow up a beard?
No. Beard Balm.
Oh, not
actually
a beard
help
balm.
you control your beard. Have you ever had that, Mike? Have you ever used it? No. Balm.
Oh, BALM. I've
Balm.
never used it. No.
I think so because there are different options
I
for
love the
you.
applicator.
Keep it.
Keep it.
So my question is, you have an option here. The angry side is that kind of makes you look like, a hobo.
Yeah.
Which there's nothing wrong with that. Everyone has their own look.
Sure.
I think it makes you, can I be honest with you? I think it makes you look a little older.
Does it?
I think it makes you look it kind of lengthens, it makes you with the gray on the side, it kind of you get a little, with that length, it gives it kind of a basset hound.
If we're being honest, can I add something to it?
I love when he starts the sentence like that.
I know.
Or may I is probably the best way.
No, it's the honest part that hurts.
Okay. It makes you look dirty. Like it really does. You look like a dirty dude.
Okay, because here's what I was thinking of doing. A dirty dude.
Can I amplify that a little bit? That just a few years back, I was involved rather actively with a certain group of people. that like to ride motorcycles.
Oh, okay, I know
right?
where you're going. Yeah.
Every effing one of them had the beard you have right now.
Really?
Every
I thought
one
it was
of them.
more of a Van Dyke goatee type club.
Well, but I mean, they were always long.
Okay.
The long beard. Let me, and I understand that the young guys that play professional sports and a lot of people
Anthony
that are
Rendon,
young that have
yes.
the
If you're an
giant
athlete-
bushy beards, it's a different world. But I'm talking when you get over 50,
You're a
45.
DJ.
Yeah, and I'm closing in on
it's
50.
just-
Yeah.
It is so. I have seen beards that are so gross that are too long. Too long beards. I've kept my beard trimmed
You have.
forever.
You always
I've
have.
always kept it
and
trimmed forever.
shaped. But I think that
Yeah,
I
try to
don't.
keep
I
it
think
trimmed.
right now, I don't think it's at the gross length. I think what I'm going to try is I might leave it a little longer. Pardon me.
Let me
around the
explain
chin.
something to you.
Yeah.
The beard that you have right now, and you can take the sides off. You're right. It was kind of a goatee, but
Right.
maybe it was a full beard too. And there was a guy that had a beard like that, maybe even a little longer. And the mustache hairs that are on the upper lip are longer than the lip, which
Oh,
is
that's
always
not okay.
Makes me want to retch.
No, that's
It
not
makes
okay.
me
As a
wanna-
matter of fact,
and he
in
walked
this-
up to me. I had just gotten a brand new motorcycle. I'll never remember the guy's name, but it was a wonderful moment because there were all these people there, and there was a meeting of this organization, and Carla surprised me back in the
I
day with
remember
this
that.
motorcycle. It was like the greatest.
Very sweet.
It was the
I
greatest gift
remember.
I've ever gotten. I had tears in my eyes. I, unlike Carla just a few minutes ago, react
Dead
emotionally
eyes.
when I get
Dead
such-
eyes.
Properly.
Dead
Yes.
inside.
It's what is known as the right way.
She's not dead inside.
Oh, no,
but she
Shannon does
just-
the same thing to me.
Yeah,
Same thing.
Just,
and I'm like, well,
there's not a reaction there. There's not a reaction.
I'm going to
But
pretend I didn't see that. Yes.
I give a reaction that's like I get when I was at the golf tournament years ago, and I would tell people that my listeners put this package together.
Right.
I was telling people, and I would get emotional
Yeah.
about it.
Mhm.
That's how I reacted.
Because you have a heart, Mike.
But
It
but I'm
grew two
sitting there.
sizes too large.
Yes.
That's right.
This guy walks up to me and said something along the lines of, that's a beautiful mic. And he was a close talker, and the odor that came out of his mouth was the rotten teeth of corpses going back to the 1800s.
A long beard can
you know.
catch debris.
Yes, this is true.
It was. I got the lip hair was long, the nose hair was long, there was ear hair, and whatever was going on inside of that mouth. I seriously, it was everything in my soul. Not to say thanks for your kind words, Nosferatu. Will you please back off a few feet so I can
in my
breathe? Thank you.
defense and a response to that story, through this beard growing, I have kept the mustache trim because I cannot stand it when it goes too long like that.
I think you got to trim a little more.
But no, but I haven't done a true beard trimming.
Oh, okay, good.
And what I'm thinking about doing is at least trying, because I've got a few days before we hit Vegas, to clean up the sides and maybe leave a little length down at the bottom and see how that goes.
And
then if not,
I'll tell you what Oscar and I would appreciate.
Okay.
If you put as much effort into
Your appearance.
thinking and the thinking of the show,
thinking.
as opposed to what dandy things you're going to do and trim what and what dress you're going to wear to the big show. I would, because
These pictures
you
will
do. Hold
forever
on, I'm
live
going to
on-
give him a compliment
Okay.
here. I'm going to give him a compliment. You do like great things. The live performances.
Oh, fantastic.
Both of you.
Yeah.
I have said this. Both of you. I've said this for years. Doing this show, we do our live shows. It is a joy because you two are as into it as I am.
Yes,
Right.
And
yes.
that's
We all are.
fantastic. But I think you do get a little too occupied with, I don't. Let me tell you why I don't, because I think you need to accept the reality that I have accepted.
okay.
No one really gives a rat's ass what you and I look like, and maybe a little bit more for Oscar.
No,
now,
they've
because
given
No,
us-
I think
yeah.
people care desperately
They know I'm a
what
monster.
Oscar looks like.
No, I'm more into what some of the people in the audience are dressed like.
Yeah,
That's true. That's true.
Yeah,
I just want to look
we're
tidy.
There, we're there
That's
to
all.
dance.
Tidy.
Dance, clown, dance.
You get into you get into like this thing way too much. I think that the jackets and the tuxedos.
appreciate that.
That's a
That's
big
nice.
deal.
It's a big deal.
I like
Nice
that.
touch.
But I mean, nobody gives a rat's ass.
I think it's show busy. It's in a show busy world, though. I'll say
Right.
that.
But I haven't. Here's in my defense, I've not given it much thought. It's just sort of happened.
It's top of mind now. Let me.
Have you thought about maybe going with the comedy on it? Like maybe because you've got a sculpting pad where you could do.
Oh, the beard.
You could do
Something-
Like, what is that? What would be the big lamb chops on the side?
connected
to the beard.
with no chin, almost like an Abner Doubleday thing.
That might be a look you
would
could
be
go
fun.
You can do anything. Look at the palette he's got.
I've got a massive block of clay. It's like Michelangelo used to say. I've got the marble. I just have to let the sculpture out.
Maddie, you're the only female team member at the moment that's in-house in studio.
Well, Pony's close.
Yeah, Tony. Pony is close. Tony. What do you think, Maddie? What do you think of
Rob's beard?
Yes.
I think the word would be unintentional.
Which is right next
happened,
to unkempt.
And he didn't mean for it to happen, and now it's just kind of existing.
Yeah, I'd say she's pretty dead on.
Unintentional show title.
What are you looking to do with your facial hair? What are you going to? You're obviously not going to go on stage like that.
No. I am going to.
You got to dye it. You got to dye it. First of all, you got to color it.
Oh, I thought.
You have to
thank
color
God. I thought he meant DIET.
No, he's got to color.
Could you dye it a color?
Well, I've got my Just for Men ready to go.
No, I mean a color.
Like what color would you like?
Like a Linda Her color.
Like about T-Moss red. T-Moss red.
Like purple or pink or something.
Give me the Pantone number.
I would prefer not, because I think if it's darkness, it would be hard for it to take color except for the gray. So it would just look like red stripes.
What about jet black?
Jet black might be nice.
That'd be funny.
Boy, that would be cool.
That'd be so good. You'd look tough.
Really
you would
cool.
look tough.
Hey, all right, let's do this. It's just add value added.
Yes, of course.
For Friday night show. If you're not going to both of them, sorry.
Yeah.
We're doing 2 shows. Friday, you do the big reveal.
I was thinking that it might be a better reveal on Saturday.
Why?
Because that way we make sure people come that second night. It's a little carrot in front of them for the second night.
Well, people are gonna.
No.
What's that defeatist attitude?
No, it's not a defeatist attitude at all.
We're going to have an empty theater on
No,
Saturday night?
not
What's
at
going
all.
on with that, Mr. Negative?
Not negative
We're
at all.
sold out for Saturday.
Yes.
All right. Well,
people already bought tickets. You don't think they're going to be no shows?
I don't
You're
mean
tapped
that.
into these people.
I'm not saying
more than
that.
I am. Now
I'm
you got
not
me all
saying
paranoid.
that, Mike.
In fact,
can I say something?
Mike, I reached out to the theater because we're actually getting inquiries about Saturday night.
Right.
So I reached out to see, look, if we have maybe 10 extra pairs of tickets, we could actually get into the theater.
God, now you got me all.
No, it's not paranoid. What my thought is this.
People are asking for tickets for the sold out show.
Yes.
All right. More
But you
for
see,
Saturday night.
What
than,
I'm saying is that
Friday
it's going
night.
to be, it won't be a big deal if they see it 2 nights in a row. Make it a one night only thing. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying they're not going to show.
You're thinking. Don't think. Do it for Friday night.
All right.
Do it for Friday.
Are we doing
night.
jet
And then
black or color?
Well, whatever he wants to do.
Oh, something fun. Something fun.
He's sculpted his look and make
Yeah.
your face and surprise us too. Do something unique. Make it whether the shape or it's your call. I don't care what you do.
Very cool.
It's
All right.
fine.
All right.
But I think
love it.
Friday night is
All right, Friday night debut. Yeah. You don't
Because,
want to.
look,
Well, there's it.
Saturday
You're
night
impatient.
is Saturday night. We know what we're doing. We're having a lot of fun. It's
Yeah,
gonna
absolutely.
Be,
That's
Would
true.
you
it's gonna
let
be a chill show.
Carla wax your beard
No.
on Saturday night?
No.
She doesn't do that.
Oh, she
No,
didn't do that.
and
I'm sorry.
besides,
Okay, okay.
as someone who has waxed his back numerous times, that
Right.
hurts enough. I'm not pulling out facial hair. That
Okay,
would
okay,
hurt.
just curious.
That would
By
hurt.
the way, I got
Fun.
back a back body rub with coffee grounds today.
This morning?
It was like a coffee scrub. They have all sorts of different.
Did you get a
exotic-
caffeine rush?
I'm not saying this to promote her. I'm not saying this because we got the nice gift for Carla. I am saying this because it's true. I am all in. I am digging this because she is into it and she's using me as a guinea pig, and I'm fine. She goes, "Your legs look like they're a little sun damaged. I'd like to. You need to. Did you put sunscreen on? I'd like to put this new body scrub on your legs." I was like, she said, "I'm in the shower. Come in." I'm like, "Yeah, go ahead. I'll do it. I'm all in." And I got I got my third facial. I'm all into this. This is great. She loves it.
Sun damage. Did that mean they just like discolored or like withered and ill?
Down here,
Ankles have sunspots on them.
There are men who are proud of the fact that when they get out of the car after making their trip from Iowa into Kentucky, when they come down here, when they get out of their car, like say mid-October, and then they go back in the summer months, they never wear long pants. And I will tell you that there are guys that really kind of neglect the legs and
They have like ashy legs?
All sorts of different combos.
Oh, yeah, because you got
all
calves
sorts of different
exposed.
combos.
All the
where
hair is
it's
gone?
Sometimes there are like little
disturbs me.
gribblies all over the leg.
That's
It's
not
nasty.
healthy. Yeah.
It's nasty. So I've become very leg focused.
Mm-hmm.
And she's helping me.
Well, you're
It's
taking
great
care of
having-
yourself.
And you've
Being
always
down
you've
here-
always had great legs and beautiful feet.
Thank you,
Do you
Rob.
have strong
Thank you very much.
calves? I actually never looked.
He does.
I have strong calves.
Yeah?
It's the only muscle in my body that's strong.
Don't you have corpses, muscles? that you put into your calf?
I have a cadaver ACL. Thank
That's
you
what
very
it is.
much.
I'm sorry. I was confused.
Thank you for wearing the cowboy boots when I took a swing at a guy. Let's take a break. All right. I got back to that. No, I'm just happy to have
Meanwhile, there's a corpse limping.
I live close to the equator. It's good to have somebody who's a skin specialist. I'm very, very happy.
Like, it's only a win-win for you.
That's right. You can't miss.
I'm totally into it.
Yeah.
I'm happy for it. You know.
That shirt.
Want more? Make sure you check out the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.